Other Sides of BJ and Joe Ondo, presented by Out and About Productions. A walk on the west side of Monument Creek Trail and the north end Shooks Runs Trail, December 28th, 2023. Tally ho, and away we go.
Hey, good morning. It's BJ and Joe Ondo, and yeah, well, we were going to thinking about riding today, but it's quite breezy, so it's still pretty chilly. So we're going to do another walk. So we're going to take you down the south section of the Pikes Peak Greenway Trail, and kind of follow down at least as far as Uena Street, if not all the way down to Monument Valley Park. As you can see, Pikes Peak Greenway Trail System, no motor vehicles, and it's part of the Legacy Loop. Yeah, there's a sign here for the trail south. Yeah, so they're doing some bridge work because they're kind of redoing the west side. Basically, this part of the Pikes Peak Greenway goes down both sides of Fountain Creek. The east side is all dirt, quite wide, and the west side is thinner, and the first part here is concrete over what they call the Pop Cycle Bridge. Yeah, it's Popcycle, and I'm not sure why they didn't name it the Popsicle Bridge, because it basically got its name kind of after a group called Bikes for Kids, and they have a Sunday ride during the summer and fall, and they stop here with a group of kids, and they have popsicles. Yeah, sorry for the leaf blower noise over here. That's a real nice set of condominiums that if Joe and I ever hit a lotto, we might look seriously into, because they are very well kept. But yeah, so got a much clearer day. There's a good view of the Pikes Peak with a little bit of snow. And yesterday we kind of talked about whether that I may not use the video stabilization program on my video making software, which is Movie Maker Pro. But I changed my mind, because it's amazing how much bouncing you do when you walk. Check out this cool little sign here. It says bike. And they have these benches all the way down.
With a cool bicycle on the side.
Yeah, with a cool bicycle on the side. And some different decorations of sort here and there. There's another bike. There's a little better one there, a yellow one. That one's got a nice bright color on it. But yeah, and as you can see, we're crossing over Fountain Creek here. Yeah, we haven't had too much moisture lately, so it's not running real hard right now. Which Joe and I don't mind, because we don't like it when it's wet and cold and icky and stuff. But I know at times, we do need moisture, so we'll put up with it. And like I said, they say they've got the trail closed south of Fontanero, which they actually do. But we'll kind of go around the barrier and take a peek on the outside and get see if they've got any more work done on the bridge. What they're doing, they're kind of rerouting it, and we don't know yet, we think they're going to cement another portion of it. But just like usual, the city of Colorado Springs is not going to finish, the whole trail. We were hoping they'd go all the way down to Monument Valley Park, and then there's a part through the park itself that goes to a bridge, and that's all really rough dirt, and gets a lot of water in it from the lawns they've watered and stuff, and it turns mucky. And so we were hoping they'd concrete all that so you'd have a continuous trail, because like I said, the trail on the other side of the creek is all dirt, so the runners kind of like that one because it's all dirt. Now they'll use this one to make a loop out of it, but they preferred the dirt. So but we, as recumbent trike cyclists and without knobby tires, really prefer we prefer concrete and asphalt. So we were kind of hoping they'd be kind enough to do this one all the way down for us, and the runners could have the other thing. But they're not going to do that. So yeah, so we're like I said, we thought about riding. It's just barely 40 degrees, and it's only supposed to hit mid 40s today, and the breeze is pretty chilly. And I won't say it's cold, but it's still quite chilly. And yeah, you can kind of see, like I said, right now we're on the west side of the trail, and there's the creek down there. I don't know if I can pick that up through all those trees with this camera. Probably not. Give you a little back view there. But yeah, this is also a part of what they call the Legacy Loop Trail. And what that is that it's a trail that was proposed by General William Jackson Palmer, who started the city of Colorado Springs, that would kind of encompass around the area of town at the time and make a complete circle, and you'd be able to take that and go to parks, from any place in the area. Well, it never quite came to fruition in his time, but they've almost got it done now. When they finish the Rock Island Connector Trail that we did the video on yesterday, that'll be the end of the northern part will be finished. Then they've got one real stubborn part towards the south end, because of it being it has to go, I don't know, under, over, something to do with a railroad bridge, and I don't know what the problem is, because it looks like we could just go straight under it, but there's a problem. Somebody doesn't want them to do that, so we haven't been able to get that taken care of yet. I gotta look at something, folks, because it almost looks like my lens is fogging on me. Oh crud, it is fogging. Okay, so I'm gonna have to shut this off, and alright, well, I think I got this straightened out here, folks. Yeah, I just noticed that my my lens fogged up on me, so the first part of this is going to be in kind of a fog. So it wasn't foggy. It's just that I cleaned my case this morning, and I guess I didn't quite get all the moisture. So I'm gonna take another peek. Yeah, that looks much better. Although it looks like it's trying to fog up again. It is. I'll be dang. I don't understand that. Yeah, I mean, we dried it out again, but yeah, it's trying to fog up again. Huh, very strange. It must be the temperature.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot more moisture in there than...
But we've done, this cold before, and it's never fogged up like that, so I'm not sure how to stop it. Well, we'll just have to keep going and hope it decides to clear out on its own. But yeah, we thought we'd take you along, and Joe, can you hold that for a second? Get my gloves on because that breeze is
It's cold on the hands.
cold. All right, folks, sorry for the delay, but I had to put some gloves on and my hands were getting cold. There's a nice it's a fake waterfall because they built the rocks in with cement and stuff, but it's still kind of pretty. And it has a really good purpose. It agitates the water, so I guess that also oxygenates the water too. Still fogging up, but it's clearer in the middle than it was before, so yeah, I guess there's not much I can do about it, folks. It's gonna be a video with a little fog in it. It was a foggy night in merry old London. Auga, auga. Okay, that's enough of that. Yeah, I guess I've learned my lesson. I won't clean it if it's going to be chilly outside. So, but I do try to take good care of my my equipment. So yeah, we just thought we'd bring you along on the walk, since we've got our new channel, which is called The Other Sides of BJ and Joe Ondo, and it won't have any 100% recumbent trike content in it. There's going to be a little, because these trails are also the same trail. The trails that we walk on are also pretty much the same trails that we ride too. So they are what they call MUPs, multi-user paths, or MUTs, multi-user trails. Going to be a bit of like I said, we got a pretty heavy breeze. They said it wasn't going to be as windy as yesterday, but I think it's almost a little windier than it was yesterday. So yeah, like I said, the best job to have if you're in Colorado is a meteorologist, because you can be wrong 50% of the time or more, and nobody cares because they know you're going to be wrong. You get to keep your job. If they were wrong as much every place else, they get fired. But here in Colorado, it's just like, what can we do about it? As we call it, bipolar weather. All these cars and stuff you see over here, this is the city of Colorado Springs main garage and truck storage area. So this part of the trail is a bit on the ugly side, but this is another urban trail. There was no railroads here, so there's a railroad way on the other side of I-25 over there. You might be able to kind of hear the train in the background. This whole area is called Monument Valley for a reason. You're kind of in a valley, and we're in the taller part of it, but we're still in the valley, so everything echoes here. Like I said, I think this concrete's only about 3 years old. It's not very old. It was a little tiny, barely double track dirt path. In some places it got down to almost single track forever. And about 3 years ago, I think it is now, they finally concreted this part. So that adds another piece. And what we understand is that the detour is in here because they're basically going to concrete from the well, it used to be the Fontenaro Street trailhead, but we think they've changed the name because they took out the original sign and they put in a temporary sign that says it's the Legacy Loop. trailhead. So guess they decided to change their minds. It's kind of the same way they're supposed to be renaming this part of Fontanero Street to Centennial Boulevard because of the new extension that goes off just up the way. So they changed things a lot around here, according to what's going on. But yeah, like I said, I do pardon the fog, you know. But there's nothing I can do about it because we've wiped it out a couple of times, and it just seems to come right back. And so it's got to be something to do with the temperature, because I use a Windex type glass cleaner, and you know, usually I don't have any problems. It cleans it up nice and no residue, and just wipe it out real good, you know, with a very soft cloth. I try to use, you know, like a photo cloth because they're very soft. You know, now you can, now they have them, you know, to wipe your cell phones off with, but in the old days, the only time you saw those was if you were, you know, if you were into photography and you used those super soft cloths to clean lenses and stuff. Yeah, now that we're getting past all the fences, we're just about to the end here of the city thing. There's another pretty good view of Pikes Peak up there. Bit of snow on it. It's not real covered. It does have a bit of snow on it. Wouldn't want to be up there. It'd be a lot colder up there. A whole lot colder up there. It can be, you know, it can be June and it can be 80 degrees, 80, 85 degrees here in Colorado Springs, but on top of that mountain, you'll be lucky if it's 40. Because that's 14,110 feet. That'd be way up there. Yeah, this is Fontanero Street here at the moment, but supposedly they're going to turn it into Centennial Boulevard, so we'll have to see if that actually happens, or if it's just the part more north there that, or more west there, that they're going to change the name of. Seems kind of dumb. It's been Fontanero Street forever, so. They just got done building all kinds of new hookups so you could get on I-25 down there from both ways, and so that may be the reason. Like I said, this used to be the Fontanero Street trailhead, but now the sign over there says Legacy Loop Fontanero Trailhead, so I guess they're just taking the street out of it and telling you this part of the Legacy Loop. But it had a really nice, you know, solid, you know, marble kind of sign. Now it's just got a plastic, you know, one that's banner. Yeah, plastic banner. So I don't know if they're going to put a decent sign in or not. Back in, I should say. But since it's a weekday, we really can't. If it was a weekend, we'd just go past the barricades and go down the trail. But since it's a weekday, we probably shouldn't do that, because they could be working on it. They probably aren't working on this part of it, but you never know. So what we're gonna do is we'll shut down the camera, and then we're going to go over to the street here, which I think they call it Recreational Way. And we're going to walk to a certain point down to where we can spy the new bridge work that they're putting in. And then there's another point that you can kind of access it towards towards the end, and they're not usually over there at all, so that shouldn't be a problem. We got some runners here. Well, they're not going to pay any attention either, so. But yeah, like I said, right now this is where the trail ends. Okay, so like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to shut her down, and then we'll get back with you at the next point. Alright, bye for now. Okay, we're back, and the lens is a bit clearer this time. Go over here and show you the where they're putting in the new bridge. This used to just kind of be a round corner, but I guess they're gonna like close this off, and they're putting in this bridge. But so far there's nobody here today. We could have walked down the trail. But yeah, they're putting in a bridge. You see, the trail used to just go way down over here where Joe is. Okay, and then go up to there and then keep going. But they're putting in this bridge that'll go from well, this cement piece to that cement piece, I take it, across the creek. I haven't quite figured out how this is going to work, but and then I guess it'll just get, and they'll cut all this area here off. Which in a way to make it good, because it gets real thin here, and it's right by the road, and I think that's kind of more the important part. I think they were trying to take the trail away from being right against recreational way road here. Sorry for the porta potties, but that's just the way it is. But yeah, so it doesn't look like they're doing much today. Oh, we got a bit of bridge over here though. Yeah, that looks a lot more serious over here. Oh, so they really widened this out. This used to be where that pile of dirt is there. That was a maybe, well, they'll probably put the trail back there, but at least I think they will. Maybe they won't. Check this out. There's a whole bridge right here. Go past this truck. Yeah, I can see this is where the trail went before. But they got a bridge. Of course, that might be the bridge for over there on those cement pieces. Yeah, that's probably what it is. They're just building the bridge right here. So they just pull the fence back. So this would be the bridge. It's got a really interesting build to it, you know. I never realized they had aluminum channel in it. I guess maybe that's what they fill with cement. Yeah, it must be. So it's gonna be a big old strong mean bridge, not one of the wood ones that you see normally. Yeah, they've got it blocked off over here, so but ain't nobody doing anything, so I think we're gonna just go ahead and be evil people and follow the trail. Yeah, we can get by. Have to be real careful here, Joe. Yeah, this is where, you know, this is the old trail here, and this is the part we hope they'll concrete. But I think that's the idea of the bridge. I think they want to make it so the trail doesn't go by the street anymore, because that portion is right out by the street. Well, we may have to turn back because they do have fencing across over here. We may not be able to sneak by. We'll have to see. It's according to what's on this other end here. It seems kind of dumb to block this off like this. Well, I'm going to sneak around think you can handle sneaking around, Joe? Or do you want to go back that way? Okay. Just got to be real careful here. Grab onto this metal thing. And hold on, and I'll get to where I can give you a hand. Okay. Now, give me your hand. Okay, hold on. All right. Come on over. All right. Okay. Now, for you folks at home, don't do this, because you see, we are professionals. Okay, but see, we got to get you the scoop, okay? So we're like news people, you know. We're just annoying as hell, and but yeah, they flattened this out. This used to be not as wide as it is. They're supposed to be taking out all these telephone poles, but so far they haven't done that. At least I think they said they were going to take them all out. I know there's like one down here they have to take out because it's literally right in the middle of the trail. So I guess they're waiting till the last minute to take those out, which seems kind of silly because supposedly they put all the utilities underground. That was the first phase of this, you know. They flattened it out and then they dug places to put the utilities underground. But they still got these poles here, and they're still hooked with a lot of electrical wire. So that one there is probably not a problem because it's clear on the edge of the trail. But as you can see, as these progress, these poles get more into the middle of the trail. So if they're going to make this a 12-foot wide concrete trail, you're gonna have to get rid of those poles. They can probably get by with this one here, but starting with that next pole there, they're gonna have to get rid of those poles, those 3 poles all the way down. They did some of them. They've kind of stripped them down and stuff, but yeah, I don't know where they're gonna go with this. We kind of thought they'd get rid of those right off the bat, but it looks like they're waiting till till the bridge is done, and they might actually do the concrete work up to the other side that we didn't get to go down. That we could have, but and like I said, I'll give you a good shot here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's the trail across the creek, and that's all dirt. I'm gonna check on this lens again. Oh, well, it stayed clear this time. So I guess we finally got whatever moisture there was out of it. So like I said, I do apologize for the foggy video start. There's another one of those man-made rock falls. Probably not close enough for you to hear the water. It's a great sound. Probably one of the best sounds in the world is water going over rocks. There's a gentleman walking his dog on the other side. Like I said, yeah, this is just another urban trail. I said, these are the poles they got to get rid of. They're right in the middle of the trail. So, you're going to have to get rid of these. And then these 2 down here too. But they've got wires going across the creek, so I'm not quite sure how they're going to do that, you know, to be able to get rid of the poles. And this one here, you know, I mean, they've got this big electrical box, so they're not going to be able to do 12 foot wide right here, unless they, you know, this is probably probably 8 at best across here at this point. even if you took out the pole. And you know, they may change their mind. There's some. Check out these rock walls across the way there. Yeah, there's a group that's been restoring those for quite a while. It's pretty funny, you know. This area at first was actually a city dump for a while, and then they cleaned it up and everything, and they put a whole bunch of very expensive homes across the creek there on Wood Avenue. Now, these are, you know, multi-million-dollar homes, huge things. You could put your whole family in one. You know, mom, grandma, grandpa, aunt, you know, whatever, and all the kids and your grandkids, and maybe even your great-grandkids. But yeah, this whole block on the other side is basically the Parks and Recs department for Colorado Springs. So, and as you can see, they've still got some of these poles up, but they stripped all the wires off of them. And that big box there is part of the new underground electrical system. So I guess they just haven't gotten that far up that way. But I'm sure they'll eventually take these out, since they've stripped the wires off of them and everything. Although the one further down there does have a wire still on it, a single wire going across the creek, but it's not attached to the other telephone pole on the other side, so I don't think it's active at the moment. So we've kind of decided to change our route. We were going to go down to Monument Valley Park, but I think we're going to head up Uena Street here and head over to a cute little place called the Neighborhood Meeting House. And, huh?
Good neighbor.
Oh, the Good Neighbor Meeting House, yeah. And get us a hot tea. And I brought us a couple of evil Christmas cookies to eat. Yes, they're made with stevia. They're not made with sugar. They don't have any, you know, sugar coating on them or anything, so they're not like totally evil, but they're kind of evil. So
Less evil than.
yeah, they're less evil than your normal Christmas cookie. So but as you can see, this part here, oh, probably 2 years ago they did the concrete on it, and it goes underneath Uena Street, and the Pike Street Greenway / Monument Creek Trail continues on into Monument Valley Park. And then of course it continues on to America the Beautiful Park. And from America the Beautiful you can pick up the Midland Trail, and that'll take you all the way to almost all the way to Manitou Springs. Not quite, just about. So yeah, when we get down to Uena Street here, we'll probably go ahead and sign off, because it's just going to be cars and noise and yeah. It's my wife quoted from the Grinch, noise, oh the noise, and you guys don't want to listen to that. So yeah, we have to do our clever little sneak around here. Yes, we're sneaking. So I think that's funny. Trail is closed, use detour. There is no detour. So yeah, so if you go this way, you go underneath Uena Street, and they've got this new area here down by the creek, so you go down there and sit on a rock, you know, and watch the creek go by, you know, and start singing, you know, Otis Redding songs, you know, sitting on a rock by the creek, watching the tide roll away. Okay, yeah, Now that we've totally destroyed the video. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna finish walking up to here. Yeah, this would be Uinta Street. Very busy, very noisy, very ugly. What is ugly? Ugly is really ugly, okay? It's the next step from ugly. And according to how we come back, we'll probably pick up the Shook's Run Trail coming back from the Good Neighbors Meeting House. And then we'll probably bring the camera back up there and, you know, walk you back home from there. At least it won't be quite as noisy as this. But yeah, so there's a little bit of a different view for you. All right, well, for Joe and I will, like I said, after we have our hot tea and Evo Christmas cookie, we'll get back to you. All right, thanks for coming along for the walk. Bye for now. Okay. Well, I think we're running. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, Joe and I are here at the Good Neighbors Meeting House on Corona and Columbia here in Colorado Springs. Do a little promo for these guys. It's a great little place, you know. They have teas and coffees and some of the, you know, most of their food's kind of the really more healthy stuff, more modern stuff. But they do have, you know, some pastries and stuff like that too. So, but they do a lot of breakfast stuff and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, so if you're in Colorado Springs, and one fact that's kind of interesting is our mayor, Mayor Yemi, Y-E-M-I, I believe it is. He actually owns this, and another one called the Wild Goose Meeting House downtown. So, but yeah, this is right on the. If you look over there, hello, boy. How are you? Hello. Yeah. So, although this is a sidewalk, it's still technically part of the Shook's Runs Trail, which goes both kind of catty corner, but it goes north and south. And this is was an actual rail trail back in the day. So yeah, try to get in here close enough so you can kind of see that. Yeah. Yeah, so there's Joe. Yeah, so we're gonna go the opposite way, and we're gonna walk down the I guess it would technically be the northern part of the Shook's Run Trail, and that'll take you to the junction for the Rock Island and Shook's Run Trail, and then you can head east from there. Or eventually, once they get the Rock Island connector in, you can head west and go pick up the Pikes Peak Greenway, which will, you know, take you, if you head south, all the way to Fountain, the town of Fountain. Well, almost all the way to the town of Fountain, not quite. It'll take you to the Fountain Valley Nature Center is where the trail officially ends. Then you can pick up side streets into the town of Fountain. You want to get something to eat or something. Up north, it goes even further. It goes all the way up to the towns of Monument and Palmer Lake. And right now, that's as far, you know, we were talking about the Legacy Loop. This is the other part of the Legacy Loop. Now, this is the old part here. It's all, as you can see, asphalt, and it's kind of busted up and falling apart. They've concreted the south of here, and they've concreted a bit north, but this center section, yeah, well, it's concrete all the way north, but this center section here between the two of them is still the old 8-foot wide asphalt trail. So who knows when they'll get around to actually, you know, concreting this, but eventually they will. And you know, the problem with trails, just like everything else, it's all about money. You know, they have to get money to be able to build these trails because they're not cheap. They were saying that, you know, like a mile of concrete is like, I don't know, it's some ridiculous, you know, it's like $400,000 or something like that, you know. I don't know if it was that expensive, but it was way up there. You just wouldn't think that a slab of concrete would be that expensive. So there must be a lot of expense in the grading and you know, the actually building part of the trail, because I doubt the concrete cost $400,000, you know, for a mile of concrete. But maybe it does. One of you engineering types can let me know. But yeah, so and like I said, I got a little picture of the sign there. Yeah, this actually is a rail trail, or was a rail trail in its day. Can't remember which railroad they said it was. It wasn't to Rock Island, it was a different one. Probably the Santa Fe, Topeka Santa Fe, or whatever they called it. Because I don't think Burlington Northern came on till later. But the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. There we go. I knew I'd figure it out sooner or later. And, but yeah. This is part of our neighborhood. We live in what they consider the historic Old North End. And this is the Old North End over here. This is the other parts of it. I think this is about as far as it goes. I think if you go one block, I guess that would be east, you wouldn't be in the Old North End, what's considered the Old North End. Yeah, this little intersection here, we keep trying to get them to put better signage up, because you have to cross the road here and come to the other side. You know, you have to be like a chicken. You have to cross the road to the other side. And but there's no sign over there telling you to do that. So, you know, we've had
sign telling you that you're still on the
yeah, and there's no sign telling you you're still on the trail. And we've actually had you know, had to tell some people, no, you have to cross the street and pick up the trail on that side. So howdy.
Hi there.
But yeah, but it's a very nice neighborhood. I don't know how much battery I've got left, but so far I still see an image, so that means the battery's still working. Now these older GoPros have a fairly decent battery life if they're fully charged. They usually do about 2 hours. Or I guess some of the new ones only do an hour per battery, but they have so much, you know, so much more electronics in them that the batteries have to run. You know, EIS, hyper smooth system, you know, for video stabilization. Howdy. And yeah, like I said, it's an older neighborhood, but we love the area. If we ever do get our Powerball win, or our Mega Millions win, would not mind buying a house around this area at all. Although we'd have to get somebody to almost babysit it for us, because when we win the big one, or when Jill wins the big one, she's the one that kind of goes after this stuff. When Jill wins the big one, first thing we're going to do is buy us an RV, a toy hauler RV, and two new e-trikes, and we're getting out of Dodge. We're going to be boogieing. We're going to be on the road. Probably a few years, probably at least 2 or 3 years. We just, you know, there are hundreds of trails, beautiful trails, across just the United States alone. And we'd like to hit a few of them before our time's up. You know, we are, next December, Joe will be 70 years old, and I won't be too far behind her. It'll be the August after that I'll be 70 years old. So, you know, there's no guarantee how long you're going to live. So, we'd like to get in a few of these big, you know, like the High Trestle Trail in Iowa, the Coeur d'Alene, I don't know if that's exactly how you pronounce it, trail in, I think that's in Idaho. I don't think it's in Washington State. I think it's in Idaho. Yeah, I think so. And that thing is beautiful, man. It's 72 miles long. And they have a bridge that goes completely over this huge lake, you know, that's part of the trail. Now, that would be cool. Ah, the breeze is coming up on us now. Yeah, the weather guy last night said today wouldn't be as windy as yesterday. Well, he was really wrong. Because today's actually more windy than yesterday. This is a pretty strong wind here, boy. It's right in your face. Not quite as cold as it was the other day when we were doing this trail. It was really cold that day, man. I mean, it was brutal. Our face was freezing off.
Christmas Day.
Oh, Christmas Day, yeah. We got out a little bit on Christmas Day, and I mean to tell you. Funny thing is, we actually walked down to the Good Neighbors Meeting House, you know, to see if they might be open. And of course they weren't. And we really could have used our, they have a Moroccan mint herbal green tea that's really good. Yeah, we're wimpy, we admit it. We like the green teas. The black teas are a bit strong for us. You know, like the Earl Greys and you know, that kind of stuff. They're a bit strong for us. They'll do in a pinch. But we prefer the green.
They'll do if you need caffeine.
Yeah. And we're not really into caffeine, so nice thing about our herbal tea is that it actually has less caffeine, believe this or not. An herbal tea has less caffeine than a decaffeinated tea, which seems very strange. But we live in a strange world. This would be really cool if I could remember the Twilight Zone thing, but I can't. So I can't do a Rod Sterling thing for you. Something about sight and sound. And a few years ago, they put in these goofy little signs. And for some reason, the city thinks that you should automatically know when you see that goofy little sign that this is part of the Legacy Loop here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Well, I'm going to give them a clue. Huh? Nothing on that sign says anything about the Legacy Loop, so nobody's going to know. Unless you just, you know, like us, you know, we basically stalk the city. No, just kidding. But we do follow the you know, the happenings as far as the trails and stuff go through the city website. And in fact, we're pretty sure that somewhere deep in the bowels of the Parks and Recs department for the city of Colorado Springs, they have our picture, or at least my picture, on a dartboard. And every day they take out the registrations by nailing BJ on the dartboard, because yeah, we're pretty good about letting them know that there's stuff that needs to be done, stuff needs to be repaved, some of the trails need to be cleaned up. We do have, and it is beyond sad, we do have a terrible, and I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna, oh, you know what? I think we're dead meat. Nope, it's still there. Boy, that didn't come very clean. That made it worse. I thought for a minute there my battery had died. The only way I can tell the battery dies if, well, first it will make a beep, and it'll do a triple beep. It'll go beep, 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 beep. And I get the black screen of death. So, but I guess I didn't get a very good job of getting that back viewing screen cleaned. Yeah, you may not know it, but on these older GoPros, the original, the 2, the 3, the 4, they actually had an accessory viewing screen that you could buy, so you could actually see the video you're taking. Because I know some of you, if you've never seen the video screen, are like, wait a minute, there's no viewing screen on a GoPro 3. So yeah, there is. But like I said, it's an extra accessory you had to pay extra for. It was optional. And I got lucky and I found 2 of them. So I have them on both this GoPro 3 Plus that I like to use for video, and the GoPro 3 White version that I use for still pictures. Now, I still haven't figured out the difference between the black, the white, the silver, and the Plus versions, okay? I think they went kind of crazy. Because I always kind of thought, well, if you're going to call it the white version, shouldn't the camera be white? No, it's the same color as the 3 Plus. Or the black. So, I don't know. All I know is the 3 Plus does seem to have a bit better video resolution than the other three, the other GoPro 3s. It's just a sharper picture than the other GoPro 3s. So I'm pretty happy I wound up with this Plus, and I have to thank our daughter and her husband, Jen and Jason, because I think Jen talked Jason into letting me have his old GoPro camera because he wasn't using it, and but I just really thank him because this one does a better job. Yeah, as you can see, we're now on to the concrete part, and it's concrete all the way up to the junction with the Rock Island Trail, or eventually the Rock Island Trail connector. Of course, you know, they'll drop off the connector eventually, and it'll just be the Rock Island Trail all the way down to the Pikes Peak Greenway. But it's really good because right now they've got the end of the Legacy Loop at Jackson Street up here, and it's a terrible place to have it because Jackson Street has no bike lane, it's quite thin, and an amazing amount of traffic for a back street. So yeah, it's a really lousy I don't know, it's just a terrible place to have you know, the end of this Legacy Loop Trail. So, but once they finish the Rock Island Connector, it will extend all the way to the Rock Island Connector, and then it will truly be a loop. At least, you know, I have about 9/10 of the loop. It's just the very, very bottom part, way south of here, that they're still fighting with Burlington Northern about some issue. I don't know what they want to do that, you know, because there's an old railroad bridge over Las Vegas Street. And we're not really over it, but kind of right next to it. And there's 2 like almost like tunnel-like entrances. So I don't understand why they just couldn't take the trail right through one of those tunnels. Because it's a stone bridge. I mean, it's a thick bridge. It will last for, you know, almost ever. But morning. But yeah, I don't really know what the problem is, why it's taken so long just to get that last little bit. Of course, then they have to kind of fight their way over, because they want it to end up joining the Pikes Peak Greenway down, you know, down between, basically kind of between, well, it'll be going along Nevada somewhere. So I mean, that could be another problem with it too, because there's a lot of businesses there. I'm not quite sure how they're going to hook that up. And Nevada Avenue is just too busy to put a bike lane on. And even South Tejon Street down there is getting pretty ridiculous to try to put a bike lane on, and it has a bike lane, so at least on most of it. The bike lanes are okay. I mean, I'd rather be on a, you know, if I have to be on the street, I'd rather be on a street that has a marked bike lane any day. But there's really no protection on whatsoever, because it's just a paint stripe.
Some people do not.
And yeah, some auto drivers don't care that it's there. Yeah, see, we're talking about these little signs, see? Here's another one. Now, do you see anything on there that would tell you that you're on the Legacy Loop Trail? If you do, then you're a smarter person than I am. Because I see nothing. I see a sign that looks like a spatula. That's what I see.
Like a fancy.
Yeah, a fancy spatula. And as far as I know, we don't have any IHOPs right around here, so whew. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't ride today, because man, that wind is pretty cold. Howdy. So yeah, like I said, we appreciate you coming along with us on our little excursion here today. Appreciate you checking out our new channel, The Other Sides of BJ and Joe Ondo. Still technically under the guise of Out and About Productions, which is our official little video name, company name. Of course, it's not trademarked or anything like that, because everybody has one. If you do a YouTube, everybody has their own little like there's this one couple, they're absolutely fabulous. They do the best videos on the planet almost. What's her name? Roland and Juliana. They do really excellent videos, and the name of their little, you know, their production company is Bicycle Shorts Production. So that's pretty cute, you know. Ours isn't quite that cute, but it fits really well, because if we end up if we do end up getting our toy hauler RV, then you know, we'd be changing our title to, you know, out and about in the RV or on the recumbents. So it'd be really long. Well, we're not going to go all the way to the trail junction. We're just going to go up here to Jackson Street. And but like I said, if you cross Jackson Street, then you and continue on, you run into the trail junction between the Rock Island Trail and the Shook's Run, because we're on the Shook's Run Trail right now. And it's kind of interesting in a way because both of these trails are actually rail trails. And we only have 3 in the entire city.